Hey everybody, and welcome this week to Tunnet, a network building simulator that takes place underground in some tunnels following a post-apocalyptic scenario of some kind. I want to go ahead and hop into the game here because the intro is rather lengthy, but I do sort of want to preface this by saying that I'm far from a networking technician in real life, so some of the things I say might not be accurate, and I'm not great at this game, but I can beat it and build basic networks, so I just kind of want to say I'm not an expert. Anyway, so we have a lady calling down here, and she says, Technician 01, do you copy? And we could say, copy that. And she says, sorry to wake you up. We just gotta, it'll take a few minutes to complete this process. And we can ask, like, where are we? You might think that we're that little guy who's hanging on that hook there, but you'd be sort of wrong. So we have to take things one at a time. This is our supervisor, and we need to get prepared. So we need to say, well, prepared for what? We don't even know what's going on. We're just dropping into the game kind of cold turkey. So she activates our locomotion module, and we can take a look around and see that we're one of these guys who was just hanging on a hook here. Now, this thing in the center here will give us free credits if we click it, and she's asking us to do it 16 times. So I'll go ahead and click it 16 times, and we're going to need a little bit more money than that, so I'm going to go ahead and click it, I guess, until that text is over. Anyway, very basic kind of locomotion. We're just going to be exploring our little underground research lab here. She says that we have some training that we are going to be performing. Don't worry, I'll be giving you the Dr. Dirk special as far as explaining, things in sort of my own way, which is a simplified version of the game. So these vending machines are located throughout the game, and we can use them to buy upgrades and new equipment. The first thing that we need are relays. Relays are a very basic connecting tool. We can also pick up this page here, which will give us, some hints for how networks work and stuff like that. I will be using this to show a few things that are more complicated than I can sort of explain, but on the whole, I'll just be explaining things. So we can talk to this chef here and purchase what he's selling. We can ask him what's on the menu, because of course he is a chef, and the only thing he has is a fried lithium battery. I guess we'll go ahead and buy one of those. And we can also pick up these little tool chests, which act as like little credit repositories. Like we just picked it up, we just got like 50 credits or so, and you can see those are credited up at the top. So we want to head to this left side. This is an exit sign, so we don't need to go this direction yet, but we will before too long. And we of course want to pick up all these tool boxes as we're able to, because we need a little cash injection here at the beginning. So our first thing to do is to connect a mainframe to I guess technically a relay to a mainframe is our first objective. And so mainframes are like the nucleus, if you want to understand it as that. There are 4 mainframes in the game, and we connect them to what are called endpoints. Now, endpoints are these little computer terminal things, and we should be seeing, these little things called packets get sent and returned to the machine. We get money for that paid out near the top, which you can see the kilobytes a second. I'm going to go ahead and pick up that note there as well. So she also wants us to now buy a hub and connect it to the network. So let's head back to the kitchen area to purchase that upgrade. And so what is a hub? I guess I can explain that while we're headed back. A hub allows you to connect more than one thing to another. A hub, essentially. It has 3 connection points, whereas a relay has 2, a sending and receiver. The hub is your way to bridge multiple relays into one sort of connection. So I'm going to put the hub there, and the reason that I'm doing that is because we have another computer in the adjacent room. We'll have to connect to it. I'll put that down. It looks like we have another node here I'll pick up. Anyway, she was just telling us there that we'll have to find other shelters nearby. Let me put down these other relays. Now, I don't build hyper efficient. Again, this is kind of like a quick, dirty, get it done type of deal, but we do have all of the endpoints connected. See, that endpoint connects to this hub, which connects to the mainframe, and then you can also see down the way that that endpoint is connected to the hub also. For some reason, it's only telling me it only has, there we go, now it has both peers, which you can tell by the suffix down underneath the peer on this new pop-up that we have here. So it's connected to computer 1 and computer 2. And those will push the little things out to one another, those packets, and generate us money as we kind of go along here. Again, I'm far from an expert at this game. I can just beat it, which is, I guess good enough. We do need a little bit more money for that, which will generate naturally. But I'm going to go ahead and press the gas a little bit and get us some credits here. Don't want to stand around doing nothing, essentially. I think if we got up to about, 130, there we go. That's good enough, because the amount that we'll generate will be enough. So the two upgrades that I bought, you may have noticed I bought the short range radar. We also are buying a drill. So we do this to find other bunkers nearby and connect to them. So I said earlier that an exit. We have a couple different exits from this bunker, actually, but this is the one I like to start on. So here's how the scanner works. So we hit it, and then in the top right, you'll notice that we have a signal bar, and it is based on the center of your screen in terms of strength. So this is obviously not the direction. If we face this way, it's telling us pretty much a straight shot this way. And we can use our drill to go ahead and drill up this direction where we'll eventually find another computer. Now, you don't have to worry about what they're saying in the bottom so much. I'll kind of be paraphrasing the important parts. A lot of the times our main character says, if he feels like it's been enough downtime, he'll say things like, "Ooh, how eerie, these tunnels are very scary," and stuff. You can see the makings of a wall right there, so we must be getting pretty close to a mainframe of some description. Unfortunately, I think it's the home mainframe, or I'm sorry, not mainframe. Mainframes are the nucleus. This is seeming to be the home endpoint. Now, the home endpoint is not bad necessarily, but it's one that so all the different endpoints, the ways that you unlock them are pretty unique, right? You can, in some regards, this one is unique in that we actually have to pay to unlock that endpoint if it is in fact the house. Unfortunately, I ran out of money, and I'm realizing that I'll have to go back and press the button a little bit more, which I'm going to go ahead and just put a little stop on that direction that we were going just for a second, because I want to show you the other exit we have out of the bunker, which are these walls right here, these three that you can see. So if I go ahead and activate the scanner, yeah, we got another one about 32 meters in that direction. So let's go for about $50 in total. Some other things I can kind of say are, again, I mentioned I'm not an expert, but if we press start here, to open up this menu, you can see a leaderboard at the top of the screen, and some people are able to get speeds as fast as a megabyte per second, which is pretty impressive to me anyway, a man who's easily impressed. But I think that's a live count, so that's people who are playing the game right now, how well they're doing. Let's see, where am I? Oh, Camp 4. This is a good, easy one to connect to. There's not anything overtly special about this that makes it hard to connect. Again, I'll make reference to those little notes as we pick them up if they're important, because they do teach us certain things that I kind of need diagrams to explain. Anyway, I'm just connecting these relays now. I'm going to run it back to where our bunker is. But before I go too far back, I do want to go ahead and take the opportunity to use our scanner here again and see if there's any more computers nearby. Ooh, it looks like we have one 14 meters that way, which is that one that we ran into or were digging towards before. That would be the cabin number 4. Unfortunately, as I said before, cabin kind of sucks because, well, we can go ahead and look at this, see how much it costs. $512. So yeah, we're pretty far off from being able to afford that. Man, we're getting some really unlucky bunkers back to back. So this is a sub-network chamber. These are little puzzles that you can participate in to, complete the game, I guess you could say, or to get bonus money, because so your first thought might be that you can kind of skip these puzzles by rewiring and just wire over to that essentially, or you can break windows in this game if you break them and then throw something through them. But the problem is this I guess bridge, it's called, converts the packets into a usable packet. And what I mean by that is, let's go ahead and solve this one, because this is a very easy one. I think that this is the way it needs to go. I wish I had bothered to go ahead and connect that that relay that we had earlier. But this bridge, it'll output on this side here. So it's basically like a converter, and that endpoint has to run through this converter in order to work correctly. If we just break the window and feed it like a relay through the wall, basically through the window, it won't be considered like correct. So it won't give us any money. That's how they kind of circumvent you just cheating a little bit. So I did say I want to hook up with the camp here, and let's connect the hub to it. So now we've got, whoops, I'm getting a little hung up here. Maybe I should go ahead and just pull it back just a shade. There we are. I need to hook these relays back up to the mainframe, the endpoints to the mainframe via some relays, so that we can actually get paid out for this work that we're doing here. I'm doing that by sending relays through here. I don't know, I hate having the relays equipped and then opening doors with them. They're kind of a pain in the ass in that regard, because you'll always put one down as you try to open a door. Anyway, we're coming up on the mainframe now, and we're going to need another hub. So let me put wait, is that actually what I want to do? Well, sort of. Let me rewire things just a little bit here. Let me get rid of the hub and then get rid of these relays. I need to kind of clean things up just a little bit here. And then if I put, you know what, let me put one connection back here to the mainframe so that I don't muddle anything while I'm working on stuff. Okay, so that computer there, that endpoint, I want connected via relay here. All right, so now that's a dead point essentially, which we can unconnect. And then if I put a hub down, that's not what I meant to, I don't think that this is correct. What I might just kind of do is kind of do this in a little bit of a lame way. We'll just put a hub there and then a hub there, and that'll connect all these. Again, it looks really ugly, but shortly it'll say that all of these peers that it has are all the computers that I've hooked up so far, and we can sort of confirm that by following this wire back to where we hooked up these other computers and stuff, which is where I need to go anyway. And as long as we see lights flowing through these cords at a certain point, then we know that we hooked it up successfully. And now I'm a little bit concerned because I'm not seeing any lights just yet. There we go. They're communicating. Lovely. All right. So I didn't do that one wrong, which is something I was a little bit worried about. I do have to make sure that we hooked up these, I think they call it just the chambers. The computers are called Alberts whenever you go to talk to them. These ones you can actually talk to. I just want to make sure that these are connected correctly. And I'm going to say they are not, because, let me see, I just switched there. So the way that this works is that it takes, each of the points of this are given a number. So it has 3 exit points, 0, 1, and 2. So before, what it was doing was taking 0 and outputting on the 1, which I'm trying to show here on the screen, but it's not quite showing very well. And before, it was feeding over into this filter via this cord it was calling 1. Now what it's doing is it's feeding to 2, and then 2 feeds into this hub, which connects to the strange endpoint, sends it back to here, goes through the filter again, and then back to the hub. So just to kind of simplify that, I'm sure nobody's using this as a guide, but just, for my viewers who are just watching casually, basically 0 feeds into 2, and then this here is 1. Well, not because of the filter, but this is 1 considered 1 on the hub. And then whenever 1 receives something, it outputs on 0, which goes outside. Anyway, we just had a little quake, and she's telling us we have to pick up another mission because of the quake. We ask what happened, and she says an unusual signal is coming from the research lab. We have to go check up on it and see exactly what happened. It's not too scary or anything. This game does have some very light horror elements, and you can get kind of scared and nervous sometimes. But it's fine. I do have any effects that give me a headache turned off. There's a photosensitive mode, and I don't think I'm photosensitive, but this game is kind of hard to look at sometimes. Anyway, she asks what our name is, and this is where you can select your name and pronouns and go with it. I'm just fine. I'll be, how about Harry? That's a good one. My name is Harry, and I have he, him pronouns. Nice to meet you, Harry. Cool. So I hear an endpoint getting dropped, and I'm not sure why. What's happening? Maybe it's getting a dead point. Well, no, it's connected to all 4 computers. We can also play these tapes. It's got some story to it, this game does. Basically, characters that you need to know are like this Captain Robert, Dr. Susan, and I think that's it. I guess the Sergeant Mike as well. It's like 2 military men and a doctor, and we follow in their footsteps, sort of, as we progress. I do want to, show there's, some kind of a weird infection that's in all these labs, which we can sort of see. You see we're coming up on a biohazard sign now. And that infection sort of looks like this purple thing here. We can talk to this scientist to see what exactly is going on here. And we say, what happened to this endpoint? And he's like, it's infected by an interesting parasite. He's been studying it for several years in the incubator, which was this one, I assume, and then it broke out and infected the endpoint. We can ask what we can do, and he says that he has developed an antivirus, so isn't that so lucky? The way that we're going to have to get that antivirus is to buy it, and we can chew him out and be like, why do we have to buy? He's like, well, I don't have proper funding. So you can probably guess where we'll be buying that at, a vending machine. I think we're a little ways away from being able to buy anything too interesting for a little while. We were going to buy the infected endpoint, though, so that I can go ahead and up and connect that. My first antivirus, $199. Not too bad, I guess. And what that shows as is like a reboot disk. I do want to go ahead and pop this into, the endpoint, I guess. And all it really does, if you watch it or whatever, is it basically just turns the endpoint off and then back on again. Which it reflects all across the network. So I guess what I mean by that is if one of these computers out here was infected and it was sending out packets, we clean it up with the with this antivirus, and then it shuts off all the packets on the network that were connected to it. Anyway, so we have to connect. Let's see. The architects created 4 mainframes, so we have 1 mainframe in here, which is the big nucleus computer I referred to, and we have to find, I guess, 3 other ones. So your first thought might be to kind of go gung-ho and go run and find these mainframes, but what you should really take time to do is to set up a proper network in the mainframes that you already have unlocked. So if you're here at this first mainframe, you should go ahead and set up a proper network for that mainframe. So I actually completely forgot to go ahead and hook that new endpoint, which we just got, into the network. And you may think that this is dangerous, but this endpoint is perfectly fine. It pays out all right. Just the same as any other endpoint. So something I haven't made a point of mentioning yet. I'm trying to find a good place to connect here. Let's put a hub right here. Certain endpoints only want to talk to other endpoints. So let's say, let's say this computer in here only wants to talk to Alfred. Well, it has to travel all across the network to get to Alfred to talk to him. That being the last chamber that we've added to the network, in case you're getting kind of lost a little bit maybe in how this is working. And so you try your best to connect those 2 endpoints to one another, and you'll get paid out for it. I do not have that efficiency in mind when I play this game. I don't really have the patience for it. So what I generally do for all of these is set up a... for each mainframe, I just connect all of the endpoints to the mainframe and then kind of let that go from there. It looks like we have another endpoint coming up, and if I had to bet, it is a supermarket endpoint, but let's dig towards it. Again, the reason that we're doing this is we need money to sort of fund our expedition to find these other mainframes, because it gets more and more expensive the further that you get from the science lab. I'm trying to move these cones out of the way. I'm still just coming up a little bit off of a illness, so my nose is a little stuffy today. I also am kind of looking around, seeing if there's other endpoints here to connect. I guess I could use this. Let's see. Nothing. It kind of looks like we get an upgrade eventually that'll tell us whenever we're connected to a new endpoint, actually, like we're scanning a new endpoint, and that is really helpful. Let me just go ahead and connect that, or get this back sort of near where I have these other endpoints. I guess I could also go ahead and open up the map. Yeah, it looks like I was just going to maybe go towards the camp there. Let me take that up, put that down. And how much are we away from being able to unlock this? Yeah, it gets more expensive the further we get in the game, which kind of sucks. Almost any point at which we buy the cabin is going to be extremely expensive. So even if, like, I was like, yeah, I'll put that off until we unlock another mainframe, it'll be even more expensive then. So yes, we do have this one already, and I think I've scanned enough to justify maybe saying that there isn't very many other endpoints around to connect to this one. I'm going to go ahead and take this paper here. All right, so maybe we should head back towards where the cabin is and then over to this Alfred chamber. Let's see. So do I have any other endpoints that are nearby here? It actually looks kind of dead over here, but I guess I should probably go ahead and talk to Alfred. I said you can talk to him, and he's, you know, the second NPC we've really met that we can really talk to. So we ask him if he's a talking endpoint. He's an artificial intelligence chatbot. He'll answer any questions for us. So we can ask him, like, I don't know, what's the meaning of life? And he says 42. Hilarious reference. All right, so where kind of are we? We're making quite a bit of money, so I still don't think we're quite ready to expand just yet. I think, well, expand as in go to another mainframe. It really wouldn't be a horrible idea, but what I want to do is just go ahead and get maybe 2 or 3 other endpoints connected. I've got an idea as for like which directions we should probably be expanding and stuff. So let me see right about here. Now 3.1, yeah, I think that's our cabin one. Damn. Okay, and then 1 is one of the basic computers that we have over this direction, I believe. That's actually one of the first ones we connected. Let me go dig your own tunnels. Drills for sale at the vending machine, which is because I accidentally clicked on that poster there. So where sort of was I? Let's pick that little toolbox up. 1, 3, 1. Damn, I might be shit out of luck. I might just have to bite the bullet and expand, because there are plenty, I assure you, plenty of endpoints around. I just am not picking them up for some reason. So I guess let's get the long range scanner and look at the second mainframe that we can build towards if it's going to be that testy. Real quick though, so displays the connection status of the scan bunker. Shit, I do want that, because that's what I was talking about. Like, if we scan now, it'll tell us if it's online. If it's online, we're connected to it. That one's offline. Which one am I not connected? Oh, it's the bunker. Duh. Or not the bunker, but the my cabin. So now we've got a long range scanner, which we can use to scan to tell us the nearest mainframe, obviously this one. So let's scan again. 300 meters, and that looks to be at least west by the direction I'm looking right now. So that's the way that we'll dig. We've got plenty of money to use this drill for a little while. Hopefully we have enough money to get all the way to the new mainframe, but, you know, I guess we'll see once we get there. I'm trying to think. So I had mentioned that certain endpoints only want to talk to each other. You can find out which ones want to talk to who there's a note in the game that helps you make that decision, who wants to talk to who. Some of them you get really lucky and they'll talk to anybody. I think that the laboratory computers are sort of like that. At least maybe the mainframe is. Like, you'll get a payout almost no matter like who talks to it, which makes it a really good starting one. There are hackers that can eventually develop on your network, and whenever the military talks to them, because there are military endpoints, it will shut the hackers down. So that's sort of helpful. You kind of sometimes, if you feel like it would want to wire in a military endpoint into your network to shut down a hacker. So you can see we're about halfway to the endpoint I'm sort of looking for, and we are almost out of money already. Shoot. Okay. Well, I'm going to head back this direction, but I'm not going to make you wait. I'll be right back. All right. So we're back at the research lab, and I don't have anything in particular that I'm like trying to do back here. We unlock fast travel later, but I don't have it unlocked yet, and I don't want you guys to have to sit around and see that boring shit. So, ooh, yes, a new endpoint this direction. So that may look like, oh, I went and maybe scouted out some endpoints, but, I actually just got lucky because I was wanting to, like, basically this is going to be a hunt for some new endpoints to connect. Again, I'd said you kind of want to set your network up to be pretty strong before you leave, and I sort of was right. I should have just dug off in some random direction, kind of like I'm doing now, and connected endpoints in that way. So I'm assuming we'll run into a cave endpoint this direction, because I have played this before. Well, maybe not. This looks like it might just be like a housing bunker of some kind. We got some weird rock formations around here too. Well, here is the cave endpoint, so I was right in that regard. We did run into a cave. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up that note, and then yeah, we've got. I like the water effects in this game. I think it's pretty. They don't ever perform any function, but there's also always the sound of pickaxes here. I think it's the computer maybe that's nearby, and just because I know, but this indestructible material is another, there's going to be another endpoint in there, so I want to go ahead and sort of free up some space for us to dig into here, and then set up a network, or set up, some relays into here. Shelter number 4. So, police line, do not cross. A shelter under investigation from several scam reports. I'm just kind of looking around here, making sure that there's nowhere else I think I would need to go. And then we can go ahead and set up, because we can still, even though we're not, like there's a computer there, we can't actually cross this line, I'm pretty sure. But we can, connect some relays here. The idea behind that obviously being that, where the hell? Oh, there it is. We can add these to the network and get more money. So I'll put the hub down there. And I want to scan over here because we've been running into quite a few... another new connection. Quite a few endpoints over this direction. So I'm going to go ahead and run this about that far. And I'm going to dig in maybe whatever direction it's pointing me to now, so that we can see what other endpoint is nearby. Yeah, there's more. Some of these are breakable. I think at a certain point you run into wall. Like if you go deep enough into rock, aka kind of not where you're supposed to be, you'll run into some harder and harder to break wall until it becomes unbreakable. It's kind of annoying in that regard, but I mean, hey, if you want efficiency, I guess you have to pay for it. I do wish I could have gotten like a drill upgrade that would break those rocks faster, because they are annoying even into the end game. So there's a computer, and it looks very dark and eerie. What do you mean new? Wait, what's this direction? Is there like another really nearby computer I just didn't hook into or something? Hold up. What is going on here? What is this direction? Yeah, because that's the camp and all that shit I connected that way. I'm going to be a little bit upset if there's like another very easy connection point here. Oh, hey, the supermarket. I said we'd run into a supermarket soon enough. You can buy really basic stuff here. Usually the kind of stuff that you can buy from people have to do with like fetch quests. And there's only one that really gives you anything that's worth paying out very much. I'm not buying any of that, by the way. And it just gives you a quest that kind of involves the lore a little bit. Oh, there's another note there. All right. So let's get this endpoint sort of ingratiated into the network as well. Open that up and wire it in through here. Now, I've kind of lost my oh, yes, because I had to dig way around this thing. That's right. Yeah, because the camp is like right around the corner here. Yeah, I can't believe I got so turned around here. Let me connect another hub here. Yeah, that connects all the endpoints in the way that I want. And then also, there should be the nearby. Well, I'm kind of getting lost again. Getting lost in these side tunnels a little bit. There's that endpoint. Now, which way is more efficient for me to bother wiring it? I guess technically probably just following the path that I dug out before, just because, if I were to wire this back to the hubs over by the camp, it might get a little bit cluttered over that way. Not necessarily that I even foresee me. I think this should be the last sort of... oh shit, I'm going to have to dig a little bit back here so that I can place this hub down very easily. Okay, hold up. I'm kind of goofing it up a little bit. There we go. So that hub connects all three of those, and we'll see an uptick in our connection rate here in just a minute as a result. Also, I think the more mainframes that you connect to this, the more money it gives you per time that you press it. So later in the game, it's kind of nice if you find yourself out of money, you can use that and not have to hit it a million times. So we got a filter there I'm not too worried about. Enhanced long range scanner. Okay. We got a oh, I do want the global reset. That's really good. Basically, so that antivirus would cleanse one endpoint if we use the antivirus on it, but the viruses infect other computers. So let's see if we got a virus on our network yet. Nope, no viruses yet. But this shuts down all the computers and cleans all infections on the network, which is really nice. I think I have all the upgrades I want. I guess I'll go ahead and buy the light emitting relays too. And I also want to maybe go by the cabin. I think what I'm going to do is go up to the cabin, and then I'm going to wait until we have enough money to purchase the cabin, because that's a fast travel point. And if I'm going to be going to these other mainframes and stuff, I want to have a very easy fast travel point back to here if I need to. So let's see, this was like $1,000. Yeah, 1,024. I'll tell you what I'm going to do just real quick and easy. See if there's any other endpoints nearby. Point 3.1 is not connected for some reason. I don't know which one that is, but I would assume it's really nearby. Hold up, is this like not connected in how I need it connected? Yeah, there's that, and then that goes all the way in towards there. I don't know why that says it's not connected. Maybe it hasn't sent out a packet just yet. Yeah, it's Pierre is the mainframe. So anyway, let's scan again. Okay, online. That's the cabin one with the question marks. Online. Yeah, offline. Which one is that? This surely ain't the one I also just hooked up, like in the caves or whatever, is it? Again, I'm not like a supreme expert in this game or anything. Now where the hell is this? Hold on. This surely isn't the cabin, is it? Well, I don't know what's going on, and I'm worried I'll confuse my audience. So let's just ignore that for now. So we're really close to being able to afford this just about as soon as our next packet payout lands. One more packet payout? You got to be kidding me. The housing market. Are you kidding me? All right. So the sale takes some time to finalize, and all that literally means, I'm pretty sure, is you just load out of it and then load back into it. I might have to go a little bit further than that. Might not like the cheeky antics. I think you have to unload the cell and then load back into it, which also means that I still haven't done it yet. So let's go check and see maybe if these are like all connected. They should be, I would think. Oh, that's a new connection there, and that's this direction, huh? Okay. Well, let's go wire that in. That'll give our home time to finalize, quote unquote. Where? Yes, up this way. I can just follow the wall, I guess. Oh, hey, this looks like a farm. That's cool. There's nothing particularly unique about farms other than it's where I think you can buy corn from these guys. Let's talk to him. Just help him with the network, buddy. What do you sell? And I'm pretty sure, yeah, he sells corn. It's a little bit expensive, though, and doesn't do anything for us. Again, the only reason to buy anything in this game is for the fetch quests associated with them, because there's like this big, long fetch quest, I think, for like a screw or something. I can't remember. But I don't do the fetch quests. They're, I think, achievement-based, honestly, most of them. But anyway, I'm getting kind of off the main objective of the game here. So let's drag this to over here, and I think if I put a hub, you know what, let's just dig us out a little bit here. There we go. And we'll set us up a hub, trying to connect all three of these endpoints. Okay, there we go. There was a good place for it. All right, so now we have all those connected. And I guess, yes, let's, of course, connect our cabin as well, which should be open now. Yep, we've got a green door. All right, and with it comes a note. Thank you very much. And I think that note, actually, if I'm not mistaken, nope, that's not how we bring open notes now, is it? Oh, we just tried to call Madeline. We can request time off. Or help if we're stuck. The time off request teleports us back to this cabin. So that's what I meant whenever I said earlier that fast travel point. So, whoops, accidentally just paused the network. I'm trying my absolute hardest to open up this little book thing. Let me get 1 second. Well, incredibly, unfortunately, I think that the game is bugged. I've hit every button on my controller to bring open the menu to open up the book, and it's not working for some reason. I feel like I haven't had this issue in the past, so I don't know what's going on. But that's fine, because the book isn't the end-all be-all of this game anyway. We have more than enough money to continue. Let me see where I was digging that tunnel before. It looks like out the other sort of exit thing that I was building earlier. And we do have the cabin now, so we can fast travel back to here if need be. And we have almost 10 kilobytes a second, sort of, in terms of connection speed, so that's really nice. Was there anything else that I want to say? I did want to see if we have any... Nope, no hackers on the network still. I sort of figured we would by now, but maybe here in a little bit. Hopefully the hackers that we get are... hopefully the hackers that we get are at this, where we're building around this new mainframe here in a minute. That way I don't have to travel all the way back here to fix it, but that's fine if I do. What else was I trying to say about this game? Oh, I guess I could talk about what hackers are, because it will take me a minute, I think. Let's see, we want to connect to... Which way? Do I want to go? South? You know what? Fuck it. Let's go this way instead. I kind of want to wire these in order a little bit, these mainframes. So we had the connection 0000. Now this is 0100. And then we'll do 2 next. Anyway, I did want to talk about what hackers actually do on the network. So that infection that you saw, it doesn't generate us any money. It supposedly generates the hacker money. And they can infect other endpoints on the network so that they won't generate you money, but generate them money. We don't want that. Now, what a hacker is they're a person, a bot that's actually on your network. They'll be at a computer. And there are a couple different ways to solve it, which I'll show whenever we get to it. I'd already alluded to not the way that I prefer to do it, but one of the more involved ways of doing it, which is to connect a military outpost to your network and then let them sort of handle it. I also saw a video of some guy, I think, who connected all of the mainframes and endpoints together, and that was a really cool video. I think we not only have an endpoint nearby, but I think we also have... well, shit, yeah, there's an endpoint right behind us. That'll be nice to connect soon enough. Right now, though, I'm looking for the actual mainframe, and we're spending a lot of money to do it, but we're also making a lot of money. Each time that we use our drill, it's costing us, what, $6? Where the fuck is this fucking mainframe, dude? It's gotta be around. Alright, coming down, maybe, let's see, man, way further down, I guess. Oh, there we go. Perfect. So this is the military base. I'm trying to think of how best I would like to do this. Alright, I guess just going in is probably our best bet. All the lights are on here, which I don't think I've ever had on any playthrough, so I don't know what they're on for. But those will go out before too long, I guess. And in case I do happen to die here soon, I would like to spend money on stuff for myself. List of endpoints connected to mainframe, not very useless just yet. Let's buy the maxi filter. That lets me filter out packets. That's basically our answer to hackers on the network. I'll buy the hyperscan, and I guess we'll buy Patchly. Basically what it does is lets you put dirt in places instead of drilling and getting rid of dirt. Anyway, so here's Dr. Robert and Sergeant Mike once again. And now we have Brother John, who's a religious figure. Unfortunately, well, shouldn't allude to it too much yet. But anyway, there's infections going all around. They're trying their best while they can to get control of things. Hopefully that works out well for them. I'm just kind of looking around here. Hold the blue light at all times. So that's kind of our hint for how to deal with any monsters in this area. Again, I've never had these lights on here, which is crazy to me, but I didn't even know lights could come on in this area. This is the blue light that they're talking about. We'll go ahead and pick this up. This will hopefully keep us from dying, but we'll see. And you may have guessed it, but we have a mainframe here, which is through one of these doors. I think it's through this right one here, but I do want to look in the left one just to see what's in here, show everything. This looks to be an infirmary of sorts, and I guess it's not to, wholesale ignore everything else, all those robots outside. So some of the stuff that I wanted to, this is the book. I guess I could talk about jetpacks. If you look there in the bottom left, you can see some of the certified supervisors: Captain Robert, Madeline, John Doe. Very funny. There's some story elements to this game too, and they are probably interesting. I read some of the book one night before bed. I also really like the look of these little military guys. I like how they even glitch in unison. That's kind of cool. Anyway, we've got some spider webs going here. I'm not scared of spiders, and this game doesn't really make me too nervous or anything. I guess I could go ahead and put the light down behind us. I also really like this map. It probably says something important, but I don't really understand it. These are little tactical points here, which are cool. And there's the mainframe, which we can disinfect. I'm going to pick this up, and we have a window open here. I'm going to go ahead and kind of wire our way out of here. All right, and then we'll disinfect this mainframe. And whenever we do, it spawns the bad boy around here. The lights are off outside. Maybe that's why I never saw the lights on. But anyway, we can use this light to keep him away. You can see there he is. It's this spider character. I'm trying to just not get close to him. There we go. He's in that room now. And I guess maybe if I leave that light... Well, hold up. I want it in the main area in case I would have to come back in the mainframe for some reason. But I went ahead and wired our way out of there. I guess let me maybe run this direction a little bit. He'll roam around this area now, but he's not I don't think he's overtly deadly, and dying in this game isn't it just takes half your money, and that's why I went ahead and spent kind of whatever money I had already. I am taking this so that I can wire it outside of where I know he sort of travels. So this area here is going to be our hub, essentially. Any connections I have to make. Also here nearby, let me see, that's connection point 1. I surely have one closer. I hear one really close. Oh well, let's go this direction, I suppose. I know it's not really efficient, but it's the only direction I also think that is in, we're directly headed for rocks. So we're getting a congratulations from Madeline for fixing, that's the name of our supervisor, for fixing that mainframe. She wants to nominate us for a department award, but unfortunately only her upper management can do that. Oh well, that's fine, Madeline. She says also, and then we're having some trouble on the line. We can ask what that trouble is, but it's not for us to see, I guess. I'm trying to do a little bit too many things on the screen at once. I think, can I patch that? Oh, okay. I don't like the purple look of the monster stuff, but because that's what the monster stuff in this game looks like, is that purple goop. Oh, hey, here's a workshop. Very nice. We'll pick this up, and then also pick this note here up. I was looking real quick at the note to make sure it doesn't say anything important. So we can ask him if he can operate this workshop machine. Ask him what he can make. Really, the only things that he can make are speakers. So for that, you need a magnet. I'm not going to concern myself with it. Anyway, I want to wire this up to the new mainframe that we have going. Again, the hub area essentially is going to be the, there's our new upgrade in action with the lights. I know I've done it before, but that's a good place to show it off and how dark that area was. And then we're going through rock now, which means that we must be very close to where the military sort of place was. So, I can go ahead and set up a hub here. It's going to drop our packets. Hold up. This actually is not connected in a way that I kind of want it to go. There we go. And then I'll put the hub right here because it would go through this rock here and that'd be annoying anyway. So where to next? I guess kind of also into rock, sort of. This way, it looks like. All right. Unfortunately, the military base I know is kind of big, so we're going to have to drill around this. And then it's probably just a straight shot north of here. I bet we have a hacker on the network, if I had to guess. Yep, you can see how many endpoints we have infected. I'm trying to go, yeah, because we're on a different layer now. We have a bunch of stuff infected back at the our other mainframe, because I noticed that even though we're connecting more places, we're losing connection speed. You get more hackers on the network depending on how many endpoints you have connected and mainframes you have turned on and stuff. So unfortunately we just got our first hacker. The max that there can be in the game is 3, and I thought there was some other sort of caveats about it, but I can't remember them right now. Anyway, we're connecting these relays back to the military base. Maybe if I could get up to like, I don't know, 20 kilobytes a second. What I sort of like about bothering to do these beginning easy ones is like if you get to a later mainframe and you just don't feel like doing it, then you don't have to, which is really nice. I see a new connection over this way, which I'm trying to weasel my way towards here. Looks like it's maybe straight this direction, sort of. 25 meters. Oh, hey, this is a cool little thing here too. This is this really long tunnel, and I feel like it goes on forever. I was in it for a long time, but you can also get basically infinite money in this tunnel because the tunnel's infinitely long, and every once in a while it drops one of those toolboxes. I got stuck near the end game at one point, and I was like, you know what? That's just how we're going to solve that, is by just riding in this tunnel for a minute, teleporting back to my cabin, and then I had enough money to complete the end game. You don't need a ton of money to complete the end game. You just kind of need enough. Now, what endpoint is this? Oh, okay. This is the hermit, I think. Please stay quiet while I'm studying. Okay. We can ask him what he's studying, and he's studying the last of the humans, so that's kind of cool. We can ask him if he's, like, decrypting these. He decrypted 90% of them, but he needs another item to finish decrypting all of them. We ask him if he knows where it might be. They're in optical discs, so if we find one, we can bring him back to him. Again, this is really the only one that I know of that's, like, an actual quest. Also, where'd that light come from? I didn't feel like that was there before, but anyway, so this is one of the ones that I'll need to connect to, and my map says, well, I would like to hold on to that for just a second, because I bet there's a bunch of endpoints around here I can connect to. I even hear some packets getting lost, like to my right there. I sort of thought, maybe if I go this other way, it'll be easier on me. There's some more of that water effect that I said that I really, really liked. Man, either way you cut it, this looks like I'm going to have to dig pretty far. Hey, there we go. Oh, yes, the nightclub. This is really nice. We'll need this for a later sort of quest. Oh, wow. Actually, this is like part of the fetch quest. We need to get a speaker to this guy. Okay, but I still would need the fishermen too. So really there's not a lot that I can do here besides like connecting the endpoint right now. But there are a couple of, like this place is going to serve some utility for us in the future. How much utility sort of depends on whether or not I decide to do that optional quest I've been sort of alluding to a little bit. So connecting more and more relays up to where we were before. Also, that's the way I went before. Right. I was like, that's weird. There aren't just like tunnels that lead to nowhere here. So it was a little bit eerie for a minute. All right, another new one. Because again, I'm sure that there's a bunch of connectable endpoints around this area. And I want to get, as I said before, just pretty much as I can in case I run into some annoying mainframes. Like, the basically fully kitting out 2 mainframes is about all you need to complete the game, which is about all I anticipate doing, really. And, looks like there might be a, note by the shitter. All right. And here's a little kid. You can, I think, play hide and seek with him, maybe. Or, I don't know, do trades with him and shit. I'm not interested in the kid. It doesn't perform much for us, and he doesn't really say much in terms of story. It's just like a little kid that you can buy items off of, or maybe perform some kind of hide and seek quest, neither of which I feel like doing or sounds very fun to me. So I am building this network over to where we had the rest of these networks. Okay, so there is that. Now I really need that not to be that way, because I need one more output for once I run this wire out of here, right? Yes. I don't know why the music's deciding to swell all of a sudden, but everything is fine. 7 meters. Yeah, that's this area, which I don't yet have connected to anything. I don't have that connected to anything. Yeah, no new connection points I can establish yet. So let's go ahead and maybe connect this back to the military mainframe, I guess. So yes, up here. There we go. I was like, where in the world am I even supposed to be going? Over this way. I forgot we crossed this little, I guess, those rails before, and we're over by the military base now. So what was I thinking next? I'll need another hub here. And then, damn, maybe I shouldn't have done it necessarily like that. What if I, drop that, we'll connect these 2, and then connect those 2. Alright, there we go. That connects everything. So we should see a pretty high rise in our kilobytes a second as we go to connect other stuff. I might go to the west here a little bit. Oh, nice. There's a new endpoint I've yet to connect to over this way. Again, I'd like to get maybe 20, 30 kilobytes a second, but I don't know. I don't really, again, I don't really have a goal. I just kind of want to build together some networks and stuff and kind of go from there. Where is this other, looks like forward a little bit. Oh, I know it seems really eerie down here. At least it feels eerie to me. All right, so we're probably had to go through this wall here. I don't know what endpoint could even really be through this wall, because I doubt it's another sort of cave where there's mining stuff. No, it looks like maybe a military base outpost. Let's see. Yes, that is what this is. Oh, wow, there's a really good server outpost over here too. I don't know this for a fact, that this is a really good place, this server room. All I know is that this place usually gives me a bunch of money. I think the reason for that being is that this is one of those endpoints that gets paid depending on how many endpoints go, or how many packets go through it. So basically, the horribly inefficient way that I built my network, it actually gets rewarded for that. And that's still not connected, but I can connect it, yeah, sort of like that. Alright, and then we feed that out this way and over towards where the rail system is. Trying to drag it out just a shade. There we go, that's probably good. And down that way. Now, I do want to, because I bet, if I had to put money on it, I bet there are other endpoints nearby. So, yes, one this way. But it says offline, not disconnected. So, am I actually... I think what I'm doing is building towards somewhere I've already been before. So let me go back, actually. Offline. Nope. We're looking for new points. Maybe if I go up this way a little bit. maybe to the other end. Now, just having this connected will give us like a pretty big boost, I think. So I'm not too burnt over, not getting a bunch of new connections over by that server or anything. Now, I do still see that we have something up this way, it looks like, or maybe not so heavy to the right. I hope we don't run into the rocks again. Here we are. I just kind of want a couple quick and easy endpoints to connect to our mainframe. Now, is it below? No, it's to my right some. Okay, there we are. Now what is this area? I think we might have accidentally ran into another mainframe. Nope. Oh, perfect. Well, the fisherman, if the fisherman's gonna be here, bro, we're gonna have to do the side quest now. So, we're gonna scare the fish. We can ask him if he's, really fishing, because this pond looks like a pool to us. He's magnet fishing, which modernly, of course, is where you drag magnets across, like, streams and lakes and stuff to try to catch things that a magnet will catch. So we can ask what he expects to catch. We can ask if he's caught anything. He does have screws. How much are you selling your screws for? Hopefully not too much. Oh my goodness, you're a legend. Okay, we got the screw. Now, we can ask to borrow his magnet, and the trade-off is he makes us promise to return it. Let's say please with a bunch of E's. Alright. Oh shit, we have to give him a deposit. Oh, that's all my money, dude. Okay, fair enough. Anyway, he just lost his deposit because I'm taking that magnet and using it for the side quest, but we'll have to go to the workshop to do that, which, oh shit, you know what? I didn't even think about connecting this to the network. Duh, I need to do that. I'm going to put it over the top. You can put it in the water, but I just like to, it's not even role play. I just couldn't imagine running a bunch of cords through some water. Oh, so I'm going to send it over this way instead. Now, let's see. I do need the workshop, but I don't think that they're labeled on the map. Shoot. Okay. That's all my fault. I should have labeled it on the map. Also, I'm kind of losing track of where... Oh, it's way up ahead. Gotcha. I was like, I've lost track of where the actual mainframe is. So that is feeding out to this way. Now, I don't want to connect these necessarily. I want a hub, and then I want to output it this way. I'm not... Like, you can't... hold up, I'm getting really hung up on this thing. And then if I crouch, there we go. You, to my knowledge, you can't like get hung up on that shit. And I guess if I got hung up on it, I would just destroy shit if I had to. So we're not headed that way. We're headed way up ahead, and we should run into some cords whenever I would run into, we'll run into some cords whenever I get near to the mainframe, which I assume is going to be very near to this other minecart we're coming up on. All right, how close are we? Okay, yeah. It's a little bit ahead of this minecart. Man, it kind of sucks how far this is from the mainframe. Not that we're going to get penalized more than I'm already penalized for just kind of connecting the mainframes to these endpoints so inefficiently. But and then we can just go ahead and wire it in here, I guess. There we go. All right, so that's all connected. What am I thinking now? Maybe we should go... I don't remember where the workshop is, but I don't think it was that direction. And I also think it costs us some money to get this thing constructed that I'm looking for. So this here is not what I'm looking for, right? Yeah, that's the hermit. So that's kind of like a later thing. We do have... I'm fairly certain that this is like the... No, that's the school. Not what I thought it was, by the way. I thought it was that place where that murder investigation was taking place. All right, and this place, I have no... Oh, this is the nightclub. So let's put a pin in that for just a second, because I need speakers. Again, like, it's just kind of getting acclimated to the fact that this place is a fucking maze. All right, I guess we're gonna... I think if I follow my cords... where I built this direction. I called it west earlier, and I almost wanted to call it east, so... now, yes, hopefully that workshop is over this direction. I'm fairly certain that it is. And then I got plans of going back and repairing that other network shortly. Alright, so let's see if we can operate this machine. He says yes. We can ask him what he can make. Make us a speaker, please. Well, hold up. What am I goofing up here? Let's talk to him again. Can you craft something, please? So the machine is broken, and we can fix it with a screw. Let me take a look at this, because I'm a technician anyway. Inspect the machine, and we can replace the screw. So we got our screw. You can see how many items we have up in the top left as well. I don't think I pointed that out, but we have the fried lithium battery from earlier and the magnet now. So I think it was 5. I'll go with option 5, please. Oh, hey, and we gave us a speaker kind of unceremoniously. I thought it might actually say something in regards to the speaker, but yeah, we're actually making pretty damn good money and everything. What? Yes, I followed this cord this direction. I wish I could also upgrade so that I didn't have to take a break between sprinting. And it was over this way. Yes, because this is a hermit. This is kind of like, I think, the end sort of goal. Yeah, because we talked to him. No, this is the school, right? I'm sorry, we're just basically touring where I know we've been before. And I don't think we don't have any hackers in our bottom mainframe yet. Not our bottom one, but this military mainframe, which is fine. That's kind of a self-correcting error since everything is connected here anyway. So yes, that is connected, and we can talk to this guy who I think is willing to give us an optical disc for it. He's not a clubber, he works here, he's underpaid. Okay, maybe not him. Maybe we're looking for another club, but that's fine. We have all the stuff we need for it now. Let's go ahead and fast travel back to our home. So we request time off. Madeline says, great, but, be ready to come back to work as soon as you can. So we're headed back home. And again, this is just a quick and easy little teleport back to our home. So we have a hacker on the network. And I guess there's other more efficient ways to probably hunt this hacker down, but I'm basically just going to check the endpoints because he has to sit on an endpoint to be able to hack. And he'll sit on the same endpoint. He won't move until, maybe if you were to kill him with a military outpost and then have him respawn. I'm just kind of looking at all of the endpoints it could be. It's not this one. I'm hoping it's one of the ones that's just like not in the hub area where I built these hubs at. Which so far it looks like it's not, at least not in the biggest of the hub areas that I have. So is it in the supermarket? Nope, he's not in the supermarket either. Okay, well, my next sort of thought is not at the camp, thank God, because that would have definitely killed me. Let's see, where are we on this? We're right here. I guess it could be over in the caves. I would guess not, but I don't know that either. So let's head over to the cave system, which I have as a branch off here to the west, which is actually west on the map this time. I hope they're not over here. They're kind of eerie, honestly. The hackers are, because they can kill you. Hold up. Is this, I don't think so. I think we would probably almost be dying if he was over here. Yeah, he's, not in that one anyway, and I doubt he's in the cave system, but I have had him spawn in the cave system before, so there's still a chance that he's in here. Oh, yep. I can hear him on the little staticky thing. I'm trying to get a shot of this guy. We can sort of avoid him by not looking at him. His death, his range at which he kills you is sort of determined by looking at him, so don't worry, he's not scary. He's just over there. And he's hacking, so you can kind of see what he looks like. He's glitchy. Again, the way in which you get killed is by looking in his direction, so we're just not going to do that. And I had mentioned before that we could have a filter now. And what we're going to do, let's see, 0 is that direction and 1 is this direction. So we want to shut off port 1 if it matches. anything that ends in a virus suffix, which I think is, I'm just looking because once it sends a red one through, we can look at the data that it's sending, of course. Once it's sent, anything that has a 3 in this number slot, it looks like that's all the hacking ones. So it's going to drop anything that the hacker is sending out as an infection. It sort of looks like one might have got out there. I just want to make sure from port 0. Okay, it's still sending out some infected packets. Excuse me, I'm going to have to wait here just a second to see what suffix is getting sent out. That's okay, from 03. Because I'm sending it back, I need to just wholesale drop it. Okay, so that one's getting dropped. Because I think what's happening is it's getting sent back. Hold up. Yeah, that one's not. Okay. I think we're good. Now, the best way to sort of test whether or not your new, troubleshooting has worked is to go ahead and reset the network and see whether or not that sort of fixed it. I'm looking around for, of course, the nearest endpoint. I guess this is fine in here too. I forget why, but I did want to come back to this area. I don't think I had a reason to. I think I just wanted to make sure that the hacker wasn't on these 2 endpoints that are on either side of this mainframe, or I guess technically 3, because I have had them spawn on these ones before, which I didn't even know was possible. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and restart all of these endpoints. And if we see any red on the network, then we have fucked up somehow. Well, I fucked up somehow. So that basically shuts down all the endpoints, turns them all back on, and drops all the packets that were on the network. So this should be sort of fixed. Now, it's best probably not to sit here and stress out over it very much. So what I'm just going to do in lieu of that is look at some new upgrades. A very important upgrade is this optical fiber, because it essentially just gives you twice as much money. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and save for that, because we've got upgrades that we can purchase in the military outpost and stuff too. And we can also see on our map if any endpoints are getting infected again. I guess probably our quickest recourse for figuring out how well we did is to actually go look at some wiring, and most importantly go look at where we have that filter in place at. So far, I haven't seen any red packets, which is nice. And again, this is my quick and easy sort of fix. That's not good. Shit. Okay. So I goofed something up here on the filter. Let me just take a look at it and see what I did. So coming from 0, let's see which ones are actually getting through the filter. Okay. Firmware update 03. Well, that looks like it's coming from 1, doesn't it? Hold up. Okay. I don't know what I'm kind of goofing up here. I might have to pause and sort of think about it. So 20 from... Wait. Oh, because I'm putting it as destination, not source, right? So this should drop them, all of the red packets. Aha. There we go. Let me just... let her run one more time. Let me see 1 or 2 more packets dropped from that, and I'll be happy. I can't believe I goofed that up, because what I did there was it has to match 3, and it has to be from 1. So that's what I just fucked up. Very simple little screw up. Anyway, I'm going to ask Madeline for another time off request just so I can get back over to where the cabin was, and so I can refresh that endpoint, and we should be actually fixed this time. I can't believe I made such a simple, stupid mistake as that. All right, let's go ahead and reset this endpoint and all endpoints as a result. There we are. And basically what that filter is doing is dropping any packets that match a specific address, which is the hacker's address. I guess I'm going to probably head back over to... I don't think I even need to go to the military outpost. I think what I'm going to do is aim for the next place that we're supposed to go, which I think is going to be the Monastery. I'm just looking on my map a couple of times to make sure I'm headed the right direction to go there. Fortunately, we don't have any fast travel to, the military outpost now, which sort of sucks. Now, let's see. So we connected to 1, and there's 0, 1, 1. Okay, how about you give me 2, so and don't make me beg. 3, there's 2. All right. Because I'm assuming that these are going to be in order of which ones are sort of closest. And checking my map one more time, yeah, so we need to pretty much just keep heading the straight shot towards the next mainframe. So yeah, we've made some pretty good progress. We can do things like select different colors on the color wheel, which I think is an upgrade, because I've noticed that I can't select any cable colors, or maybe it's part of a quest. I don't know. I've been fine with black anyway. I don't do anything too fancy with my wires that justifies changing the wire color. All right, so I guess we're digging in this direction, and once I actually get near the monastery, I am going to look at my map again to make sure that that hacker isn't infecting any other endpoints, because I see we're still only at about 6 kilobytes a second. Sorry, I'm getting nervous thinking about it. No, it looks like it's fine. We should see that sort of like jump up as we now have the military and the research lab endpoints together. But anyway, I've already alluded to what the next endpoint's going to be. It's a monastery area. Each of these areas has like an enemy that you sort of avoid by, changing your behavior in a certain way. Like the first, the military place that we just we're able to avoid the enemy by carrying around that blue light with us. In the monastery we're about to go to, the enemies there have a really interesting way for us not to die. I just have to make it to there first. Watch, it probably won't even be the monastery, it'll be the villas, which is the last place that has a mainframe that we have to mess around with. I think we're going to have a point at which we have to go way down. Hold up, we should be coming up on it. We're about 30 meters. How about this direction now? And probably straight down. Hold up, I'm just looking for probably this direction, it looks like. Oh, we're falling. All right. Whoa. This is really eerie. Sorry. I saw that speck flying there, and I thought it might be a pair of eyes or an endpoint or something. All right. And then up or down? Down. Okay. All right. So here is the monastery. I didn't necessarily mean to get here that way specifically. I'm going to clear us out this little area out here because this is a dangerous place too, and we need an area for hubs. All right, let's put down a relay here at the end and get to going. So I said that this place has enemies with unique behavior. Very simple. You can avoid them by staying crouched, which is considered preying. Now, you still can't get too close to them, but if you are uncrouched, they will chase you, if that makes sense. They're not necessarily very fast, so you probably won't see me actually crouched all that much. And if you are like uncrouched and the enemies are making their way towards you, you can't just like suddenly crouch and they'll stop following you. So there's no like little cheatsy doodle that you can do there or anything. I'm just kind of looking for any notes, any audio logs, any of the toolboxes that have money for us in them. And then finally I'll take us to the mainframe that we're actually looking for. So this place looks like it has another note. Oh my goodness, this place is the note reservoir. Oh my god, another note. So I still think we're pretty far off from being able to buy the really fast optical connection speed, which is just fine. I'm going to go ahead and crouch because I've kind of lost sight of wherever this enemy that kind of roams this middle area is. I also wanted that toolbox there for a little cash injection. Oh man, it's really not good whenever you lose track of the enemies in this game. Well, this area in particular. Alright, so I think what we'll do is I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Save myself a little bit of trouble, because there is an enemy that spawns in here once we actually clean that that mainframe. So I'm going to connect relays all the way to where I want my my little hub area to be. And then I'll come in and actually clean it. I see we've got that enemy there. Might be in my best interest. I'm back to crouching again. Kind of cool stuff. I don't know. The Reverend or whatever, the preacher character, I'm sure he surely has something to do with this monastery and why it's so fucked up. Kind of like the look of the like purple bug eyes that those things have, but they're eerie and they will kill you. Normally you can tell if an enemy is nearby because there's an effect that goes over the screen and it blurs the piss out of it. So I want to be looking this direction because the enemy is going to spawn from there, and I kind of want to see how it spawns. So we clean this. Oh my god, he just drops in there. That's eerie as fucking. It turns all the lights out. How scary is that? Anyway, again, like, I assume, you would pop that and then he would chase you out of here. I'm just, we're going to skip a little step here by performing some extra work and just sneak past him. And then there's the other guy. I think we could probably make our way out of here without too much trouble. So we got about, $6,000. We're still fairly shy of being able to afford that optical wire upgrade. So let's connect some endpoints. I don't think, the villas I'm going to connect in a very specific way, which is the last, whoops, I didn't mean to hit that. I want to patch this up. Hold up. I'm trying to just, set that so I actually have a little bit of a floor to walk on. Oh, so that's what this area is. Okay, there's no problem with that. I just thought that this was, with all the walls, was going to actually be an endpoint area that wasn't getting detected. Oh, hey, there's Madeline, who says that she has to tell us something regarding the infection. She's counting on our discretion. Oh, sure, I won't tell anybody. The type of story would worry the investors. Oh, Madeline, what? Her battery is dying. And one last thing, and she disconnects. The signal is lost. I guess we should head towards the last mainframe. This game, the pacing sort of feels weird. Like, the next objective we're looking for is, in fact, the mainframe. But whenever I first played this game, I was like, oh, I have to go there now, based on the dialogue. But you don't actually have to do it quite like that. Hey, we've got a robot over here with who's wearing a little Boy Scouts getup, I guess. He's a scout leader. We can ask him what he's doing. I guess he's like, doing Boy Scout shit, I guess. Any candidates so far? Nope, nobody enrolled. This isn't for me. Damn. I don't know that you can actually do anything with that guy or not, like recruit him guys or anything. I would sort of assume you could maybe send the children here, but I don't know that for certain. And so which way are we headed? This way? No or yes? Oh, maybe. Actually, you know what? I think we're over this way. Yeah. That's right. Now, are we already? Oh, no. We're at this area where our respawn point is, because these are spread out near the where the mainframes are, so that you can respawn pretty easily. You don't get penalized too bad for just dying, I'll go ahead and put down a hub and look for the next endpoint to connect. This one looks like it's a lot closer anyway. Probably a lot less bullshit if I had to guess. Ooh, these are some walls. Alright, and there is the server room. Perfect. As I said, these usually pay out pretty damn good, so I'll go ahead and set this up. I also couldn't help but notice that we're not doing awesome on connection speed. I should check and make sure that there's no... Ah, man, there's infection back on our original network again. Man, that's lame. I must be fucking something up back here. I'll have to take a really close look at that place later. For now, though, I'm going to just connect these other areas. So we've got another new connection. There's one I assumed was going to be a lot closer. Yeah, I think these two have kind of like not spawned right on top of one another, but the way in which they spawned is going to make it a little hard for me to get into. Oh, hey, there's a military base. It looks like there's two places here, or like three altogether side by side. This guy, he looks a little bit imposing, and he tells you shouldn't be here, but he's not like deadly or anything. You don't have to worry about him. This is just another one of those little military outposts that you can connect to your network, and they'll help you get rid of hackers. I'm going to run that relay out that way because, again, I'm pretty sure that this one on the right here is going to hold up. There ain't no way that this is all a military, uh, the part of the military outpost. I think we have 4 endpoints that are all like all side by side in terms of like their spawning cells, which is pretty unique. Oh hey, here's a children's school. Or school or whatever it's called, and the nightclub right beside it. Oh my god, it's the fucking jackpoint of endpoints, or jackpot of endpoints, or maybe a jackpoint. All right, and now I think we're all set up to ask, what is it? Where is everybody? Waiting outside. His speaker broke. If we find him one, he'll give us a copy of his mixtape. Well, don't you know it? I have a speaker, as a matter of fact. Here you go. Feel free to take it, and you'll notice our speaker just got swapped for a CD. So now we can give that back to the hermit whenever I feel like it, I guess. I assume there's probably, a toolbox around here. Once you've, so this game spawns way more notes than you actually need in this game. Once you run out of notes to add to your little notebook, it gets converted into money. So that's cool. I'm going to go ahead and run that up that away, and I'm going to see, there's probably another kid here, and probably a note in the bathroom. Man, deja vu, huh? I'm going to talk to this kid, see if I can send him over to the, there's something deadly around. That's surely not good. Hold up. I think I have a monastery next door. Gotcha. Where are the other kids? Oh, he doesn't know. Okay, well, that was helpful. Are these your cables? Nah, can I use them? Hold on a minute. Okay, he wants something from us. We get the pink ones for free, but the other colors we're going to have to play hide and seek. You know what? Just to get him to despawn from here, get the hell out of here. So I guess we unlocked the pink cables for free. Very cute. All right. Yes, that is connected. It didn't look like it was connected for just a second. And we've got these here connected now. I'll have to run a hub up, or run relays up this way. And I think we want to go to about right there. It looks like I might be beside the monastery, not necessarily all these endpoints that are side by side, but we do have quite a few endpoints here. All right, we can send that relay down and over. And this to my left is where actually the mainframe is, as a matter of fact. And this is, was I already over? Like, I know I was here and I already connected this, but I'm kind of looking for the exit now. And I'm interested to see if I actually set up a hub or if I just made a relay at the end of this area. No, looks like I might not have done neither exactly. Let me put this hub down, connect all these endpoints together. I'm trying to, there we go. All right, so all of those are connected, and it looks like I didn't connect this yet to the server room. Aha. So I'll move this over, and then if I remove that, put down the hub, all these should be connected now. All right, and we're actually pretty close to having enough money for the optic upgrade. Now, what I do want to look at, because we're going to have to go visit the hermit, and we're going to have to go to the villas. I actually think I'm done at the monastery for now. So we just made a call, and Madeline didn't answer. So that's kind of eerie, you know, oh, where's Madeline? She was just trying to tell us something, and now she's gone. And we're back on the network, or back to our original network. I'm sure I've fucked up over at the caves, so let's go see how in the world. You know what I also need to do? Let's just go ahead and clean this mainframe so that I can sort of see what I'm goofing up on the network exactly. All right. So now we'll follow this all the way over to the mines, because I do want this stuff fixed. I want to show you how to actually fix the network. Yeah, I'm really not so sure what I'm goofing up on this server or whatever. Honestly, I might just drop all packets from... Wait, hold up. Where the hell am I going? Yeah, we're headed the right way. So right is the direction I don't need to go. Left is towards the cave. Alright, so let me see how this is even getting through exactly. So, wait, am I using... Yeah, from 1, and it matches 3. unless I have like another hacker on the network, maybe. Let's see. Port 1, yeah, those are all 3s. I'm trying not to, because I know that feedback's fucking annoying. It's giving me a headache just sitting here listening to 3. And the reason for that being is that, it's supposed to be annoying so that, you stay away from it. You understand that it's dangerous. Okay. I don't know because this seems right to me. 3. Wait, that was headed towards 2. Well, okay, so this is going. Maybe I'll see once that goes in, like, if my filter's kind of fucking up or something. I know that really just sitting here and, like, this is how you handle, like, fixing a fucking issue like this. So, yeah, I'm gonna say, wait, yeah, there has to be something else on the network, another hacker on the network, because, like, I've been watching that hasn't been, like, sorry, ooh, I'm seeing some red. I just don't want to run head first into, like, run around a corner and head first into the hacker and die. Yeah, it has to be something else on the network. This is going to be so lame if I go out and look over this whole fucking network and it's not out on one of these other ones either. Maybe I kind of want to start by looking near to the mainframe. It's not the camp because I evidently saw that one before. If it's honestly one of these really easy ones near the mainframe, like, that's super easy for me to just drop packets on. Again, I hope it's not in any of the hubs. I don't think there are certain places that they can and can't spawn. So it's not that one. It's not that one over there either. And I don't think it can be this one. Let's take a look. Yeah, it's not that one. All right. It would be very weird for me to have 2 hackers on the same sort of mainframe network. I guess probably not unheard of, though. So let me go ahead and just fast travel real quick back to home. It would just be way easier for me than just traveling all over this network. Also, I can buy the fiber optic cables now and get twice the output, which I'll do shortly. Hopefully I don't die and lose half my money. So yeah, it's not my home. Oh yes, there he is. What the hell? There are 2 hackers on this network. Okay, well, that's lame. I'm trying not to get close to him. Fuck. I've got a kind of an issue here. What? Okay, we're gonna have to fix this in kind of a stupid way, but we're doing it my way. Because I can't look at him, right? So going in there and, like, trying to manipulate that probably isn't gonna work. So literally what I'm going to do is move this hub back, and then if I put a filter in here, yeah, connect these 2, and then so that's probably gonna be port 1 source. If it matches, and I'm just going to guess 3 on the network. Let's see what it's saying is the well, I gotta drop it also. All right, so no, actually it looks like hold up, original port from 1. Okay, and the port, the packet that's getting sent has 1. So I'm just going to drop 1s, I guess. And now if I actually fix, I can't believe I had 2 hackers on the same network. That's funny. Wow, this place is kind of getting infested, which I suppose makes sense because I think this is where I have the most endpoints at anyway. So we're going to reset this network once again. And again, there could only be 3 hackers on the entire map. Wait, what was that? What are you even talking about? Something is stalking me. Oh, we didn't even get to see what that was that our character is talking about. It's a little purple thing. We'll see it eventually. It'll be hovering around us. You probably aren't going to be able to help yourself but be scared just because it's going to probably be near us. And you're not going to have seen it before. But don't worry. It's not anything too dangerous or scary. So I do have to visit that hermit also, but before we do that, I want to buy these so that we get twice as much money. And I do want the jetpack too eventually, though, because I don't think I'm going to be able to afford that for some time. We can continue on now that we've got double the packet speed. Well, what am I thinking here? I guess we have to go towards the military outpost, don't we? And again, I'm just going to try and say this because we're going to be moving through these tunnels pretty quick and dirty. If we see the purple thing, it's like a little purple floating eye. I think the first couple times we see it until we activate the 4th mainframe, it's going to disappear whenever we get a very good look at it. But once we activate the 4th mainframe, it'll be there to stay, which sort of sucks because it does get in the way while I'm trying to work. Oh, wow. Look, we're up to 35 kilobytes a second now. We're making good time. And we can continue to, like, I'm sure that there's guides on, like, making your network as efficient as possible and stuff. I just am kind of not really interested in that. Now, let's see, how far? We're kind of coming up on it. We got like a little ways to go. Really, at this point, it's just about sprinting down these long hallways. At least I don't have to retread old path and as far as like redigging these tunnels. Thankfully, they don't collapse or anything. That would be really annoying. Let me look behind us. I'm still not seeing that purple eye. Kind of a shame that I can't just like show it off so that we can see what it looks like and just get it out of the way. But or maybe like we won't even see it until we activate like the 4th mainframe and it's like here to stay. He says I should stay quiet for whatever reason. So now we are again headed for wherever the hermit is, and I have again forgotten like where he is on the map. We could put down markers, but like for some reason my controller is like I don't think my controller is giving me trouble. This game, like, I think is probably mainly meant for people to play with mouse and keyboard. So, you know, the controller controls aren't quite so fleshed out. Like, again, I can't open my notebook. It looks like it's up on the D-pad. I've hit every button on my controller. I guess it must be this other way that we have to go to visit the, visit the hermit. Yeah, wasn't it over here? I'm actually sort of glad that we didn't end up having a hacker on this network. Although as soon as we had a hacker on this network, it would immediately get cleaned by how many military outposts we have connected to it. Wow, look at all these little things that go on. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to move this. Let's see. Hold up. I don't want to do that. I just want to move my hub back. Just get it out from in front of the door. Alrighty, old man. I have you an optical disc. Yes, we do have an optical disc for you. Alrighty, so he's going to decrypt the last page of logs. We can ask him what he's found. The last section of the log says the architects are trapped in the headquarters. We can ask how they ended up there. The lockdown procedure was initiated by one of the supervisors. And we can ask which one it was. It says here her name was Madeline. Do you know her? Maybe we can ask why she did that. He doesn't know. The logs end here. Oh, that's eerie. So you'll get an achievement for that, fixing Madeline's, or finding out Madeline's secret. Holy moly, we're up to 50 kilobytes a second. Well, we're going to have to go buy an upgrade, I think. I want to get the jetpack upgrade next. Yes, so that we can maneuver even easier. Wow. I don't think... I probably have had my network this high before. I just haven't had it quite so efficient because normally I usually go out and do stuff, and then by then I have a hacker on my network. And is there anything else? I don't think I want to buy anything else. I have all the basic upgrades. The only upgrades, I don't buy the test pad. You can use this to test your network. It has a lot of utility functions, but like I find just using the packets that are on the network work. So that's why I'm not going to buy it. Fuck it, I'll buy the basic test pad. This allows filters to handle packet collisions. That's like an advanced version of packet collision handling for the filter. Antennas are they're not even that complicated, but like it transmits packets wirelessly. Map annotations show you where all the bunkers are on the map. And I think that's really about it. So our jump has been replaced with a jetpack now, which is going to make traversing like worlds easier on me. Because I'm going to go to the rail line because this has basically got like a lot of the map already dug out for us. And I'm going to look for whichever direction we're headed to next. So we got 0 and 1 already connected. And we just need 3. Let's see, 0, 1, 3. Perfect. So it's way that way. Let's go ahead and hop in our little minecart and get to going. Hopefully I don't like, I don't think we can fuck up anything. Oh, I'm looking the wrong direction. Well, we can fuck up by going the wrong direction. That's an assurance. I'm not dropping... Wait, hold up. I'm dropping packets back here. Hopefully I didn't run over something. Oh, man. I've already got a sinking pit in my stomach thinking that I've fucked up this network. Okay, let's go forward. Yeah, there's another... Hold up. I must be driving over stuff. So if I continue forward, am I going to, like, hit that hub and shit? Well, I hit a, one of the relays, but I didn't hit a hub, thank God. So all that's back to more or less fixed. Phew. And we're already almost back up to $7,000, so that's really nice. I am going to still bother to hop out and get these. You know, you never know, I guess. Maybe I'm not going to hop out quite that much because I'm making more money by not hopping out at this point. So yeah, I like taking this tunnel to where we're going because one, it doesn't cost me money. Two, you know, it doesn't cost me time to bother to dig out all this shit. Wow, I really had something back this far. Oh no, this is the Monastery. You're right. So that's gonna this is gonna get taken off here in a minute anyway, so I'm just gonna, there we go, reconnect it that way. All right, let's keep heading towards the villa. Yeah, I guess we still have about 300 meter, now down to about 200 meters to go. Again, this is like really the most efficient way to kind of go about it. We still haven't ran into that purple eye thing yet again. I'm going to show how to basically set up the villa, but I'm not going to go explore a ton of endpoints, and that'll make sense whenever we actually get to the villa and see what it is. So as long as we're getting closer to this endpoint, I'm going to stay on this cart. It looks like we're probably coming up one. Not quite, not yet. We still have a little ways to go before. Yeah, I think we're about at the end of our rope. Let's park her right here. All right, and then we can drill through here, and you can see the amount of money it's costing us to drill each time has gone up to $28. So that's why, like, whenever I said you need to have like a pretty good amount of money before you head this direction, that's sort of why. You can get away with it by just picking up toolboxes on the train tracks. And I mean, again, I've never had my network built up quite like this before. I'm glad for it, though. Looks like we're about 30 kilobytes a second, and I'm seeing if it's going to continue trending down, because then I might check my map and see if we have a hacker on it. Looks like I'm going to have to go down, and then a little bit to the right. Now that we've got the jetpack, I'm not so worried about screwing anything up. So these doors have a passcode on them. We need to enter a code to open it. There are two ways that you can end up making your way into here. The first way is there's a secret tunnel that's underneath of the villa. It's kind of like a little sewage area, and there's a note back here: meet me at the nightclub, code phrase sparkling oil. If I run into another nightclub, I'll bother to talk to them, but I'm not going to go out of my way to find another nightclub. I'm not going to go back to the other nightclubs because of the second way that you can actually enter villas in this game. I'm collecting all this money. I mean, like, we're good on money. I can pretty well give you an assurance of that right now. Money is not going to be a problem with 40 kilobytes a second down. I can only imagine how much money people are making at like a megabyte a second. That's crazy. Anyway, the second way that you can enter these, because again, these doors are locked, you can actually make your way up through there if you have the jetpack. And I mean, but if you do this villa last, like, you can do them in any order, but if you choose to do the villa last, sorry, I'm just trying to set this up here. If you choose to do the villa last, you should probably have the jetpack by now, or at least be very close to affording it. So that can be your solution. Anyway, I'm setting up these connections already, because we will have an enemy to deal with once we actually boot up the mainframe, as we have for everywhere. These are endpoints that we need to connect to the network as well. You get a bunch of kind of like free endpoints for this network, which is sort of nice. I'm looking for, yeah, we've got this connection there. I guess I'll go ahead and make that a hub. We're going to need a hub basically for all of these doors. I think there might be one that we don't actually need a hub for, but okay, so there's a relay into this hub, and then I can send this over this direction. I still hear us splashing around. I guess also I should probably look here real quick. Yeah, we've got another endpoint here. Put that up there, out there. And I think I'm going to need, so there's a hub, and that connects those two. And I'll need another hub. No, I won't. I need another relay. Well, no, because I'll need another hub. Sorry, I'm getting all kinds of tipsy turnaround here. I'll need... okay, so this hub has two connections, and you want to finish out all your connections. You don't want to leave a dead one because you'll lose every packet on it. So you want to close the network, essentially. Like, you don't want to leave any holes open in it. All right. This here is your cheat sheet for which servers talk to who. You can go through and sort of write down, like, you know, this has like a suffix of, what is it? You know, it's 2.1.2.0. You can go through that that little notebook and find what that one is in there, and it will tell you what goes best with it, if that, like, what it connects to make money, if that makes sense. We've got a VIP bar. Hell yes. Oh wow, very red. I like the red carpeting and everything in here. I'm just going through real quick to see if there's any upgrades I want. I guess I'll upgrade the test pad, upgrade the maxi filter, buy the antennas, and we still are a little ways off for map annotations. I'm going to see if we have an endpoint back this way, because I don't want to run cords back here if I don't actually have an endpoint. I also think we should run into another audio log. There's one of these on each of the maps. I just didn't look at the Monastery one. So Captain Robert's here. Dr. Susan seems to have lost her mind. Very upset for me for some reason, to a point where she could not even talk intelligibly. When we arrived at the villa, she took off her clothes and jumped in the swimming pool. Oh, that's very eerie. Doesn't even listen to me now. It's kind of weird because, like, sometimes this infection type... Oh, there was that purple eye. Man, that sent chills up my back. I've been telling you this whole time not to be scared, and that even spooked me. Allows filter to check more than one element of an address. Ooh, and we can upgrade the test pad again. Coolio. I guess we'll wait to see if we get any more upgrades. Man, I can't believe it. I didn't jump. Don't say I did. I'm not a coward. I just felt like chills just shoot up my spine, and it was so eerie. I've completely forgot whatever I was talking about, by the way, so that's cooked. If you want to know whatever thought that was, it's gone. So now we can clean up this mainframe, set all this bad sumbitch up, and yeah, we're good. It goes black. I guess I could have mentioned that. Don't worry about that. We end up underneath of the villa after this. So this is sort of like your natural way that I guess you're supposed to find the secret underground tunnel. I don't know why it's so dark for so long. I ain't gonna lie, my stomach was dropping a little bit there. So we've got an enemy up here. I'm just kind of looking around for her. We'll probably get jumped. Well, I guess probably not if I'm like way up in the air. Where is she? Ah, there she is. So the way that this character works, if we're looking at her, she won't move, but it's a weeping angel. If we look away, she'll move towards us. Yeah, she's a very weak, very low threat enemy. Again, as long as you have the network all set up, I guess it could be some trouble if you don't have the network set up yet. Anyway, that purple little monster thing, should probably be around here before too long. Or not monster, it's a purple eye. I kind of want to work my way back up to where that little train station was at. I'm done disinfecting the mainframes. Madeline still doesn't respond. What should I do now? I feel lost. Okay. So again, we'll see that purple eye here very shortly. Again, I'm looking for where the train tracks are, because that's going to be my easiest way. There's essentially like a fifth mainframe. Hey, there he is. Again, he doesn't hurt you. And whenever he stops, which is like when you stop moving, because if you move, he'll move with you. But whenever he fully stops, he will point towards the direction that you need to go. So that's the way we're actually headed, is wherever he's pointing towards. Now, we can't use our long range scanner or anything. I'm just trying to actually put this thing in park, I guess. Let's see how far we got to go. I guess maybe we should go forward just a little bit further. Maybe like get to 90 meters or so. I probably shouldn't even do that. Maybe I guess 90 meters was fine. Yeah, we went a little too far, but that's okay. Now we just dig our way down to him, and we can kind of stop at some points along the way. We get kind of lucky in the way that this map loads chunks, because sometimes it doesn't load the next chunk right away, and you can kind of see where the next thing you're looking for is. It looks like this is going to be a little bit this way. I guess I don't have to quite go down anymore. We're very near to the end of the game, if you can kind of believe it, so that's cool. Yeah, we're spending $40 each time that we're drilling. Oh, it looks like we have to go down quite a bit more, according to the eye. Sir, you have to destroy it. Now we've got the eye speaking to us. What should I destroy? We're a network technician, not a demolition engineer. So there's a mainframe here that's been fully super infected. And the mainframe is inside here. I thought before that this thing could like talk to us, but for some reason the purple eye is gone right this second. This area, extremely complicated. Way more complicated than anything else you've probably experienced in the rest of the game. What I recommend that you do, I've got a bunch of save files. I'm just going to save real quick, and I recommend this. Just save in a slot and get ready to start. Alright, so sorry for the unceremonious cut. What actually happened was I'd been doing all that preaching about saving before you come down here because you might screw it up, and well, guess what? I screwed it up. So anyway, we have this infected mainframe, and we have to uninfect it. But the thing is, we can't use just a simple antivirus to uninfect this endpoint. It should say mainframe, but that's okay. Anyway, what ended up happening the last time I did this is, turns out I didn't know as much about this ending area as I thought I did. So what happens here is this sends out a packet, and we have to send it to endpoints that are around the map. Now, this is a dead end, so we can go ahead and just change this hub completely to go somewhere else. And then we can follow this to the end by attaching relays. Now what's going to happen is it's going to send packets all the way out to there, and then it's going to come back, go there, and get dropped. So what you're again trying to do is connect these computers, and connect them in such a way that there's different criteria. Again, this is all stuff that I've kind of come to learn recently. So I'm using this filter as a means to send these packets back. Reason being is because I need to close this loop here with this hub. So now it's going to go from 2 to 0, and then it'll go over to that computer where it belongs, because again, you can't cleanse these endpoints. Excuse me. And then it'll come back to here. It'll go from 0 to 1, which is where again, that's 0. Where this filter is 2. So if you look at our hub, it goes from 2 over to that computer, and then goes from the computer back to the hub, and then follows this cord all the way back out to, it goes through all these cords over here, again where that hub is, and then it goes all the way back out to this area. So that's the first connection setup, or the first part of the connection setup. Now it goes over this way, the packets, and it gets dropped again because these relays aren't connected. And we can go ahead and connect it like that and continue to follow these packets, and then they get dropped again over here at this relay. And what you're going to want to do again is set up another filter to send it back as long as it matches anything. That's basically what I'm doing in these filters. Is the only thing so this basically acts as these stars act as like anything, sort of, and as long as they match anything the packets do, it'll send it back. So it sends it back this way. It goes all the way back over to this hub that we saw before, and it gets over to these two relays, and it gets dropped again right there. It gets bounced all the way through all these hubs, and one final time we're going to have to set up another filter so that it bounces back on this wire here, where you can see that one's 2, that one's 0. So we can set down a filter to bounce back the packets here. Yep. So they go back, and then one more time, one last thing we have to edit here is, well, for the first part, is we have to set it so that this hub goes in a different order. So it goes to 0 and then 2. Then we can follow these packets all the way out, and we just completed. This basically takes place in like 3-ish parts, maybe 4-ish parts, and that first part there that we just did was successful. Now, whenever we deal the first damage to the infected mainframe, we actually unlock some new areas. Looks like over here for one. Now, I want to show something kind of, because this can get confusing on how this works, and I really don't super understand it, but I understand it well enough to show you why you have to do it. So you can see where these packets are coming and going from. The first number is where it's coming from, so this is computer 3.0 if you want to imagine it, just to simplify things, and it's going to what's called 3.013. Now we can follow these packets all the way to this first little hub area in here, right? And what it's doing is it goes all the way over to this left side and realizes, goes through all the computer stuff that we set up on this side. And then it comes all the way back. And this filter here is set up to send back packets that aren't directed to 3.013. Well, that's fortunate for us because that's where, these packets are addressed to. So they continue to follow these relays all the way over to here, and then they get dropped. So the first thing that we unlock isn't dangerous, so we can go ahead and just come in here and there's no problem. This room, we kind of have to finagle a little bit, but basically just set it up so that your relay connects to this one and not this one on the right. And then you set up simply another filter on this side to bounce back packets. Yeah, so those get bounced back because there's a hub here, and then the hub sends all the way over to this computer through these relays that are on the ceiling, and then we'll start to see packets come back on this. And then I'm pretty certain that this now leads to packets getting sent back on the first part of the network. So you can imagine it, if you do each of these sides like a little bit at a time, and you consider it done whenever you're done with one side, we're done with this side. So now we can come back over here for the second part of this little puzzle. Again, I don't make any qualms that this is extremely confusing. So this next area has an enemy inside of it. You can kind of hear how close he is by like the static. I'm trying to listen out for him. Looks like he's behind this glass. Don't be too scared of something like this guy. He can kill you. He doesn't seem to like super fiend for you. He just you get put in compromising positions down here a lot with him, because you don't have a lot of room to maneuver, unlike most of the other maps. So I'm just gonna open this up. We needed a something to break this glass, so we can break that. I want to show a little cheatsy doodle though. You can actually connect to this endpoint through the wall right here. If you can believe it, this is actually connected. There's a connection basically sort of around this little area here that you can set up. So we can go in through the broken glass. You're able to open that door if you have the villa code that we would have gotten if we had bothered to go back to the the villa code that you would have we would have gotten if we bothered to go back to the dance clubs and talk to a robot there. So we don't want these sent back on this filter anymore. We want that to be able to go all the way into there to that computer. It'll send the packet back out, and to my knowledge, that is successful. So for the first part of this puzzle, whenever this mainframe receives a packet that doesn't belong to it, like if it's not addressed to 3.0, it'll get dropped. But on this second part of the puzzle, it will actually just send back the packets instead. So you'll notice, let me see if we can't catch a packet. So pay attention to what it says on port 0. So it's going from 1.13 to, let's see where it is going, 3.12. And then pay attention to what it says on this 0 where it's coming back. It says 3.12 to 3.11. So these computers are spread out all over the place and aren't exactly ordered. Now, what I kind of thought whenever I was first doing this was like, I have to have set this up wrong. Like, I have to have fucked this up in some way. But actually what's happening is it's going and communicating with all these computers because you don't have your, and I don't even know that you can do it, but you don't have your network set up so that it immediately goes to, well, this setup anyway, is immediately set up so that it goes to the computers that it belongs to. So it has to, so one packet has to run across your whole network maybe several times to communicate all these things. And you can tell how well you're doing by the names in front of these packets in this end area, because basically to have it deal damage to the infected mainframe, it has to get hit with 3 forwards, I think, and then a re in front of it. So if you've ever communicated via email, like 3 forwards, FWs, and then a re in front of it. Again, we'll see this, you know, like this will happen here in just a minute. So we can go ahead and talk to this Madeline character here. My save is bugged, I think, in some way, because in my initial kind of trying to show this puzzle off, I had like I was able to talk to her just barely about like her killing the humans, and like I have not been able to replicate it since then, so something's buggy on that end. But the dialogue really isn't that important. She just says that she killed everybody so that the investors wouldn't find out. There we go. So we just dealt damage to her, and she's still receiving some raise. So what happens is all of these packets that are currently on the network will get sent to her, and she will eat them. And then once they're done, like once you see fewer and fewer packets, she'll send out a new packet, new packet type. And it's kill switch. You can see it there on port 2, kill switch 1 of 4. And all that that's doing is it's addressed to a specific computer. This one's addressed to 1.0, which I think is this, like, I guess I can show off some of the network again. 1.0 is this computer, and whenever 1.0 receives all of the kill switches to it, she'll eventually start printing the next computer on the network, which I think is going to be, actually we might be able to see it. Let's see, kill switch 2 of 4 is 1.1, which I don't think is this computer in here. I think this is 1.3. Yeah, so it's going to have to go through our network very briefly over here, and it'll get sent back over to this other side, wherever 3.1.1 is, which I think might be back here. Yeah, it looks like, yeah, so it just dinged it. And then we can look and see what the third kill switch is. I'm going to pay attention to 2. Yeah, 3 out of 4. And it's going to 1.2, which is not that computer over there. It's going to be this one over here. Let's see. Oh, yes, we can look at these tapes here. It shows the, you know, the last couple days of these guys. So unfortunately, it looks like everybody is dead. Governor Natalia, she had a team created that, you know, was trying to sequence DNA or generate the DNA sequences that can revert the mutations of this organism, this computer. And she kind of had it set up, but they ran out of cording, if that kind of makes sense. And there's one more tape here, I think, which I know that this isn't like a super, you know, oh, we did everything type of playthrough, because we really didn't. I am going to show both endings to this game. I think some of these might give you hints on how you're supposed to do this, but it didn't really help me personally. I'm sure we've got kill switch 4 going to where it belongs. Let me see, kill switch 3 out of 4. I bet on this other side though we have where it's supposed to go. Again, you can notice that the HP of the mainframe is dropping as I'm kind of walking around. I knew that this area in particular would take a little bit of time. So now that we've weakened the mainframe, we can go ahead and cleanse it, or not the mainframe, but we've weakened these endpoints. We can go ahead and cleanse them with the antivirus. So what this is you have to use the antivirus on these, and whenever you pop these, it's going to spawn the monster behind you every time that you cleanse with the antivirus. So we just got to kind of keep an eye out. There he is. He just kind of is usually in an awkward spot to chase you. You don't have to worry about destroying your wiring now, because you just have to cleanse all the endpoints and then make it back to the mainframe and you've won. But if at any point you fail this little section, it'll make you restart. Yeah, I was worried about this glass being back, but that's fine. We'll just have to get another chair to break it with. That's kind of annoying a little bit. It respawns this glass too much, but the issue, if it didn't respawn the glass, like I think it's reloading this room actually. I also thought whenever I initially recorded this that like my packets were getting dropped whenever I was I thought my packets were getting dropped because they like were going outside of a load zone or something. But I finally figured out what the issue is. It literally probably took me like 3 times of playing this to figure out, maybe even 4 or 5, figure out like what was going wrong with my networks exactly. Because I kept winning and I wasn't understanding why I was winning. And what it turned out to be was like I had the right setup. I just had to wait long enough because my packets weren't getting eaten back at the mainframe, the 3.0 mainframe. All right, and he'll spawn behind us again. And we've just got one more really simple computer to pop again. Honestly, I think down here, what'll kill you most is getting concerned that guy will kill you. I've gotten nervous and kind of been running around because I thought he was chasing me. But no, you just, you're able to avoid him pretty easily. I think what he does is like maybe has like a preset path or something. Now here, I don't remember where he spawns. Again, just going to try my best to avoid him. Yep, there he is. Now Madeline tells us not to use our antivirus on the mainframe because now it's weak enough that we can use it on the mainframe. And she asks us to free her. Our computer says he doesn't think we should wait any longer to destroy the mainframe. This might be our only chance. This is kind of cool. It's a wall of fame. At first I thought that these were like the devs or something, but I don't think so because you can interact with these, and it actually says that these are the characters that we've been following throughout the game. Dr. Susan, let's see, Professor Anna. The last guy is like the preacher character. So now, if you want to experience both endings, I recommend making a save here. I'm just going to save in slot 2 really quick, hopefully sometime today. What is going on with my controller? 1 second. Alright, sorry about that. The controls whenever I was trying to save were bugged for some reason, but I did get my game saved. So we can ask Madeline what her plan is. She says that she can manage to get out of here if we give her our battery. Something cool I didn't realize is you can try to give her this spare fried battery that we had from before, and she says that she's going to try it, but it doesn't work. Anyway, then we can give her our just our battery. It's pretty simple. This is the bad ending I would consider because we die, which isn't a big deal. We get respawned. Madeline gets to live or whatever. And you may consider this sort of the altruistic sort of ending. We can ask the computer, what happened. It turns out that since we didn't destroy the infection, the whole HQ is infected now. And, I think Madeline got away. You can see, I just want to show this really, really quickly, because this isn't going to be in the other ending. But you can see this area down here just completely covered in infection now. So it tells us that we should probably go up to the surface, I believe. Not safe anymore. We have to evacuate now. We can ask him where we should go. And again, he recommends that we go to the surface. So what that means is you literally just take your drill and drill as much as you can to the very top. And yeah, you can, if you get like worried, you're like, man, where like am I as far as like going up? Like, am I actually making any progress or anything? Your map actually has like a little thing that'll tell you how far you are from the top. Like, I guess right here would be a good place to show it. So we're like 3 ticks from the top. You can see like going down or whatever. Looks like we originally started about 6 ticks from the top. And that's just my own shorthand measurement. And you'll know you're getting close to the top whenever you see a bunch of white all of a sudden. Then you'll be very near to the surface. And it's like a sudden shift to white, like white fog you'll see here underground. Yeah, so we should be, I would think, fairly near to the top considering how close we were. Let me see. Yeah, it looks like, oh wow, actually no, we weren't 3 ticks from the top, as a matter of fact. Like, that was just the highest Y value that I'd been yet. Oh, yep, things get suddenly white here. You can hear the birds and stuff, and we're up to the surface. And it turns out that it wasn't so post-apocalyptic after all. So I'm not really sure what's happening here, like if the robots were set up prematurely. But this robot says that we have to wait for an all clear. And he doesn't know how long that'll be. We just kind of meander on the surface for a little bit, and then he'll end the game. So, I don't know. I thought this game was pretty cool myself. It taught me something, but it didn't teach me anything practical, I feel, because I'll never do anything with this knowledge, but beat Tunnet maybe here in like 3 years whenever I forget playing it. But yeah, I don't know. It's a chill game. I love the networking is kind of relaxing. I've like moved on from being like scared of this game. It might still be a little bit scary for people who played the game for the first time or so. So he mentions that there was a letter down in the mainframe he just gave to us. We can press select to open the letter, and what it is a performance review. Basically, the top part, the first 2 sections are like, who we are, and then the next section, the 3rd section, is the good stuff that we did, and then the 4th section is the bad stuff we did, like not giving the magnet back to the fisherman. So that is that. Now what I kind of like here is the difference between the 2 endings, and I'm not really sure how they're calculated exactly, but like this ending should show some of the more negative sides of things. I think like this is well, I thought it was more negative whenever I played it anyway. But yeah, this is kind of the suckier of the 2 endings. This is the, ending where Madeline kind of gets away and the underground is kind of lost. But I want to go ahead and show the other ending real quick. We'll be back in just a second. Alright, so for this ending, super simple. You just look at the mainframe and clean it up with the antivirus, and then it'll eventually just explode all over the place. And our character yells, "Madeline, no," even though she killed everybody. So the computer says that this place isn't safe anymore and we have to go to the surface. And there's really not, that much difference between this ending and the other ending. We still go to the surface. You'll notice that there isn't quite as much purple stuff, the goop, the infection, or whatever in this ending. I did want to maybe go ahead and take this opportunity to give a couple more thoughts I had about this game. The ending sequence, I wonder if you're more literate as far as connections are concerned, if you maybe understand what you were supposed to be doing there more. The only reason that you saw me so knowledgeable of it was because I wanted to make sure I was knowledgeable of it before I showed it to you. The initial recording, which you're not going to see, has me being like, what the fuck is going on? Do I go this way? No. What? Because I knew how to set it up. And then I sat there for 5 minutes in the recording. Obviously I wouldn't have shown that, but I was trying to troubleshoot my network, and then all of a sudden its HP goes down to nothing, and I was like, what the fuck just happened? Why did that happen? But hey, so same thing happens on the surface here. There's still no like infection pockets on the surface, which is nice. And we have to remain at an assembly point until we get an all clear. We can explore the other dialogue option now, and it says that we are waiting on an all clear, but we don't know from who. It's essentially the same ending, more or less. Not that different. We still have to meander up here. Our ending report is of course different. And I think that's really about it. You can see we have a bunch of money up at the top. I could have bought the annotated map upgrade if I wanted to. So you can see all the other places nearby that there are to go. I don't like, it's not, there's not much to do other than set up a network. Like I see a lot of videos of people doing cool things with their networks, online, so maybe if you felt like doing that, you could do that after doing the end game. So we finally got the node again. We hit select. You can see this time though the only thing that really changes is all the way down at the bottom, areas of improvement. Must obey to his supervisor when she needs a battery. Damn. So whenever I guess the last time that I played this game, I thought that what it showed at the end was like if you did the good ending, like all of the good things that you did on your network, and if you did the bad ending, it showed the bad things like hackers and stuff. But it appears as though I was wrong. That's pretty much the end of my thoughts on this game. I had a pretty fun time. If you made it to the end here, I hope that you thought it was interesting enough too. Again, if you're a fan of this game, I apologize for my lack of real knowledge about it. I made a promise at the beginning of this Let's Play that I knew how to play it, but I don't really understand the things in it very well. And that's pretty much where we ended off on. Yeah, I think that's really it. I suppose I'll see you all next week, and I really hope that you enjoyed this Let's Play. It was pretty fun for me anyway. I always like explaining things that I don't understand but I know aren't entirely wrong, so I guess I will see you all next week. Later.